spiritual battle. Victims of the unseen world, evil spirits. Is a spiritual battle. Everything evil people do is to distract us, stopping us from succeeding in life and make money. And is only money which can protect us from evil people and spirits. Because the only power evil spirits have is to stop you from making money, so you cannot survive, so you will be spiritually too weak to resist evil. People who are starving are too physically weak, which makes them also physically weak to resist evil. Satanic favorite method of murder is by fire and starvation, because that extract the maximum amount of pain, lush, from their victims before the victim physically dies. That's how it works. To beat evil is to do exactly opposite of your enemies, what your enemies want you to do. It hurts your enemies when you do well in life. Do well, make them scream. The winner in this world. Please yourself, not your enemies. Evil world. Most of the trouble in the world are caused by liars, thieves, and manipulators, sociopaths, such as politicians, media, lawyers, and accountants. These sociopaths lie, cheat, and steal from the rest of us all the time, to make our world a living hell instead of the abundant paradise. World is beautiful and ugly at the same time. On surface pretty, but the amount of killing and hate people have over money and resources is nasty. Be careful to don't become an evil person. They don't know that they have been played by demonic entities. Be strong and fight evil. To beat evil is to do exactly the opposite of what enemies hate you to have. They don't want you to do well in life. Don't do what your enemies want. Why are they evil? It doesn't have sense unless something beyond the visible world has troubling them. That's why I say it's a spiritual battle. Everything evil do is to distract us, stopping us succeeding in life. Some people are just evil, and your pain and suffering is for them like food. Liars believe their lies, and they do persuade about the lies to other people and themselves. Evil people easily become ill and are ill. It's easy to manipulate stupid people. Believe in yourself. I'm beautiful and I will have good, happy life. Attracting good energy is very simple theory and practice. The theory is to have smooth chi energy to create a balance of yin and yang energy levels. The practice is to have a clean, tidy, immaculate environment, clothes, hair, and diet. If all the above are observed in theory and practice, then the practitioner will be rewarded with good health and good luck, because the practitioner will attract good spirits to themselves as opposite to the bad spirits. Evil is a contagious disease. The reason people hurt others is because it's contagious disease. All those people who choose to hurt others have all been hurt themselves one way or another and have been contaminated by the evil done to them when they've been hurt by other people. In scientific research, it has been confirmed as psychiatrists studying the patients that normally kind individual can become contaminated by evil. Other people who have already been contaminated by other being hurt by evil people and so on. An epidemic of evil. This is recognized by psychiatrists as schizophrenia. The remedy is antipsychotic drugs. In research done by the Catholic Church, the same contamination of people by evil through by being hurt by evil people is known as demonic possession. Evil people feel better after hurting other people because the demonic entities that possess them are feeding off the negative emotions of the people they hurting instead of feeding off them. This is why people with schizophrenia or demonic possession cause a lot of emotional violence to the people they hurt, so they can feed their own demonic entities that possess them. That's why evil people feel better after hurting other people to extract negative emotional energies to feed their demons that possess them. In big, crowded cities, the contamination of evil people, in their words, the epidemic of i.e. schizophrenia or demonic possession, is more contagious in crowded cities than in the countrysides. Abusers that are contaminated by other people are forced to contaminate other people with evil by the demonic entities possessing them, to feed those entities with negative emotions generated by hurting those other people. Otherwise, the demonic entities will turn against them and feed off the energy and make them sicker with even more evil, and make them physically and psychologically sicker. In general, abusive parents produce abused children, who then go on to abuse their own children. This is common knowledge amongst ordinary people. The church remedy is exorcism. Evil entities can be passed from one victim of hurt to another victim of hurt. Like an infection, evil is an infection. Generally go on to abuse other people, such as their children, work colleagues, and even strangers they don't even know, threatening a same disease of contamination by evil. It's common knowledge amongst even ordinary people that victims of abuse. Solutions for personal protection from schizophrenic demonically possessed people. Because energy goes where attention goes, especially negative and emotional energy, the best solution for personal protection is not to pay any attention to people contaminated by evil. You can do this by wearing a dark glasses and listening to music on MP3 players, or makeup to cover your face. This reduces the ability of evil people to contaminate you with their sickness. Energy goes where attention goes. The evil entities inside people contaminated with evil will not waste the time making the contaminated people hurt if sees that it does not have your attention. Energy goes where attention goes. If they don't have your attention, then they can have your energy, negative emotional energy. The evil demonic entities suck the life of the psychiatric doctors and exorcists. That's why they have such a short lives practicing their profession. All the evidence that this is true is documented. Real world thesis. Everything starts with intentions. Nothing happens without intentions. Intentions is thought. Before something is created, someone has to think about it. Everything that is created by people started with thought or intention. Mental illness is a manifestation of evil. Vice versa, evil is a manifestation of mental illness, and they all start with thought and intentions. And they both contagious. They both suck the life force from both the perpetrator of evil, mental illness, and their victims. That is why exorcists and psychiatrists has the short lifespan of any profession. Both the psychiatrists and exorcists deal with the unseen world of life force, sucking evil entity attachments, and life forces sucked out of psychiatrists and exorcists when trying to cure the victims of and perpetrators of evil mental illness. This is why psychiatrists and exorcists has the shortest lifespan. Prayer. Dear God in heaven, make justice in the world is kind. Make our wishes come true. If they have good intentions, don't let innocent person like me to suffer by other people. Dear God, protect us, make us rich and prosperous. Amen. There is a physical and psychological battle, which all together represent triangle of evil, which can be turned into triangle of good. In the day-to-day physical world, the physical battle is lack of money and resources, food, shelter, health, and peace. In short, money, without which one can be easily victim of violence of all kinds, such as starvation, homelessness, murder, and rape. The other part of the triangle of the evil is inner personal psychological stress caused by lack of money, starvation, homelessness, physical assault, rape, and murder. The third component or part of triangle of evil is the spiritual battle, which feeds on the psychological battle. There are spiritual predators all around us, which feeds on negative, low vibrational psychological stress. The spiritual predators very rarely have the power to physically harm their victim directly. Instead, they affect their thoughts and decisions of their victim, to cause their victim to physically harm themselves, such as addiction, drugs, alcohol. Physical self-harm, such as cutting oneself and constantly scratching one's skin until it bleeds, which is symptom found in most serious cases of psychosis. To turn this triangle of evil into a triangle of good, one must start at the root of the evil, which is the spiritual component of the triangle of evil. Whether one believes it is or not, two or more people praying creates a scalar wave in the spiritual realm which shields the victim from the spiritual predators through the intentions expressed in the prayer. Simply put, the victim and one other must pray for protection and deliverance, saving to be saved from the spiritual predators' harmful intentions. Through our intentions, the victim and one other has the power to overwhelm the evil intentions of the spiritual predators. This will allow the psychological thoughts and decisions of the victim to make the right decisions and choices for a better life, such as getting a new job, setting up new business, and getting new friends to improve and change the victim's life for better. All this leads to a new environment and perhaps a new home in which the spiritual predators cannot affect the choices, decisions of the victim to make. The wrong choices lie in the past, so the triangle of evil can be turned into triangle of good.